David Sachs is the White House crypto czar and host of the All In podcast. All right, David Sachs, a real estate tycoon, did something that many, many other people have never even come close to doing. Why is that?
Good to be with you, Jesse. First of all, let's just say how remarkable this is. A week ago, did anybody think these hostages were coming home? You have 20 live hostages who are going to be reunited with their families as a result of this deal. You've got a ceasefire in Gaza now. This war that's been going on for 2 years since October 7th of 2023 is now going to come to an end. At least the shooting's going to stop. You've got the pullback of Israeli troops so that unrestricted aid can come into Gaza. And you have to say that the difference maker in all of this was President Trump. I mean, you've got Prime Minister Netanyahu and you've got Hamas, these two parties who have been in this intractable conflict. Netanyahu is notoriously a tough customer and Hamas are extremists. Does anybody think they would have come together and negotiated this on their own? There's no way. President Trump made the difference here and brought these parties together. And like you said, he applied pressure on both sides to make it happen. And to answer your question, what is it about President Trump that allows him to do this as a former businessman? Well, look, he understands the concept of leverage. He understands how you use carrots and sticks, and he's pragmatic. You know, with all these politicians in Washington, all they really do is issue moral condemnations and moral pronouncements all day long. And look, there is a time and place for moral condemnations, but not when you're trying to bring together two parties who hate each other so they can get a deal done. And President Trump is pragmatic. He works incredibly hard. He's assembled a non-traditional team of other business people who are also similarly pragmatic, folks like Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, and together they were able to help bring this deal into place, which I think never would have happened without President Trump's leadership.
Do you think he's going to be getting the Nobel Peace Prize?
Well, I think he should get it, and it's not me saying it, it's the Washington Post. There's literally a headline in the Washington Post today called "Trump Deserves the Nobel Peace Prize." I never, ever would have thought I would have seen in the Washington Post them saying Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize, but even the Washington Post is saying it now. How can it be denied?
When you talk about the leverage, how key was it when he goes over there right after getting sworn in and meets with all these Arab leaders and cuts these huge investment deals? We sold them a lot of AI. And
Yes.
was that critical in getting them on board with forcing Hamas to sign?
I think it was, and Secretary of State Rubio said that it was. The president went over to the Middle East, and he did these deals to bring trillions of dollars of investment into the U.S. That by itself was extremely good for the U.S. economy. But in addition to that, it built relationships. And it showed the Gulf Arab leaders that President Trump was interested in a shared prosperity with them. And those relationships built political capital that he could then use to help get this deal done. And you saw that the Gulf states helped broker this deal as well. So yes, absolutely, that trip was something that the president did. He wanted to do. He did it for business reasons. He also did it for diplomatic reasons. And you can see now that it's paid off.
What is the Trump doctrine?
I think the Trump doctrine is, first of all, he's going to put America first. That is the most important thing. He's going to negotiate deals that are good for the United States. And I think in addition to that, he has an intense interest in peace. I think, like the president said, he didn't do this for a Nobel Prize or for any other reason than he just hates war. And I think that he genuinely wants to see the world at peace. This is the 8th deal of an intractable conflict, a conflict that nobody thought was going to get resolved. And he has managed to get it resolved. So I would say the Trump doctrine is number one, we're going to make America powerful. We're going to put America first, but also we would like to see the world at peace. And President Trump's going to do everything he can to make that happen.
And when you're at peace, you can make money. And that's what a lot of people want to do. It's peace and prosperity. In order to get there, you got to stop the killing. The guy understands value, and he just sees no value in war at all because he sees the human potential and the potential in everything. And wow, what an important week.
I think that's right.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
David Sachs, great to be with you on this big night. Good luck
Thanks,
out there. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.